What's going on? Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Look, I got another one here. We're gonna be more general with stuff, cause YouTube is goofy. So we're gonna pan it out a little bit, speak a little bit in more broader terms, be less specific, and we're gonna start dropping this content like crazy. With no further ado, let's get right into this. You guys smash that like button.
Thing that a narcissist hated the most in you, it was your gift of discernment. You have the capability to foresee things. You have the capability to see through their patterns and know the truth. You have the capability to see beyond good and bad. You have the capability to want transparency and offer it. You have the capacity to connect dots. You have the capability to think in abstract terms. That's not what a narcissistic brain can do. It can only deal with small stuff, things that toddlers can deal with, which is throwing tantrums and being extremely emotional. They hated your discernment because they couldn't take it away. They knew it was a gift, and that's why they gaslit you heavily. If there is one thing that a narcissist hated the most in you, it was your gift of discernment. You have the capability to.
All right, I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. But man, narcissistic people, and you guys, man, if you're a content creator, which most people are posting content, or you're just posting content, there's a lot of narcissistic people. These are the people that feel like trolling is normal. These are the people that feel like, now he's talking about a relationship, of course, we'll get to there too, but just on the everyday, the people in your life that they can't seem to have a good day, and the only time they can have a good day is when they're bringing somebody else down. Like, that's what trolling's about. That's what a lot of these messed up content creators that like to just rage bait. These are different low vibrational, narcissistic people that were traumatized at some point in time, most of the time during their childhood, and they never grew past that. So these childish antics they're doing and stuff, like trolling or leaving crazy comments, or at your job, trying to say things loud enough for you to hear, but not like directly to you. This is just people, man, that are they're stuck. The soul is gone. These are narcissistic people, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to go back to it, because being too specific gets me flagged on YouTube, so I can't do that. But there are a lot of covert narcissistic women out here. I guess there's dudes out here too, but I'm talking about women. And like what he's talking about in this video specifically, so let him talk a little bit.
To foresee things. You have the capability to see through their patterns and know the truth. You have the capability.
You're able to see through their patterns. Now, narcissistic people are very simple-minded. So whenever you're able to read their patterns, which that's all they have, and it's not even like complicated, super simple, and it bothers them because you can see through their BS. They know they can't wordsmith, play with words, and get their way out that situation. You're holding them to task, and most of the time, when you have this level of discernment, you just make narcs glitch up, and you irritate them automatically because they think that they're smart, and they realize that they're not whenever they're interacting with you. They just manage to fool some people, or a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they can fool everybody. And you just bother them because they know they can't fool you automatically. It's the way it is. Let's go.
ability to see beyond good and bad. You have the capability to want transparency and offer it. You have the capacity to connect dots. You have the capability to think in abstract terms.
Now, the connecting the dots, this is something that only chosen ones can do, and it's you can bring things together that people would normally think don't work together or belong together. See, to you it's natural, but to most people they don't see the connection until you mention it. And see, you being able to connect the dots, so I always say connecting the dots and stuff, it scares narcissistic people because they don't want you paying attention to anything. Because they use social and cultural norms to kind of not just gaslight, but to fake it. But if you operate outside of these norms, because you're a loner, you're chilling, you have your own train of thought, you refuse to go along with what's trending, it's impossible for them to project these cultural norms onto you to embarrass you or shame you into consent or shame you into conforming or taking a knee or whatever. You don't care. You don't care what they think. You don't care what other people around y'all that might be observing the interaction thinks. And you know that most people, man, they have a short attention span. So whatever it is going on, even if they were involved and they feel like you should feel some type of way about it, man, give it about, it's not even a full day. Give it about 8 hours. They won't even remember. You know what I'm saying? That's serious. People looking for entertainment, they have a lot of stuff going on in their lives. They're not remembering stuff in detail like that for the most part. But like he said, man, these narcissistic people, they don't like that you can see the patterns, connect the dots, able to see things in a way, like in a third person perspective or outside the box thinking, or even more so, of thinking outside the box, knowing that there's multiple boxes, right? That you're able to think outside of. So, I mean, this kind of stuff is just way too deep for a narc to deal with, and it just irritates them that you're around. Everything about you. Let's let them keep talking.
That's not what a narcissistic brain can do. It can only deal with small stuff, things that toddlers can deal with, which is throwing tantrums and being extremely emotional.
Yeah, he's right about that. Like, throwing tantrums like most people do in comment sections and stuff like that with strangers they don't even know. Just throwing these tantrums, man, because like I told y'all, we're being trained to be narcissistic. That's why I got to bring this back to narc talk. Society and the powers that be have set us up to be narcissistic towards one another. And it takes a really grounded mind to know what's going on and be able to be like, nah, because everything they teach you is being narcissistic. Step on wherever you got to get to the top, fake it till you make it, do what you got to do to sway people. All these different tactics, these are narcissistic. You shouldn't have to do none of that crap. You should be able to be yourself and allow people to see you as such. Obviously, don't be on your worst day, but be yourself. All these other things, man, they're teaching us to be narcissistic, worry about money, not care about people, and some people don't see it. They're not enlightened enough to not deal with it. It's in the music, it's in the social media, it's even in the media. It's in the news. It's and it's really, for the most part, it's targeted towards women because there's really no set accountability for women for the most part. So they're teaching them to be narcissistic and not think that men are even human and don't take their feelings or anything into concern. And uh, into account, and they're just running around thinking that we owe them something. They're expecting money up front. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Real narcissistic behavior, right? And then they, just like a narcissist, they don't want to hear any truth. They go back to their echo chambers, whatever crap they listen to feed their delusional reality that they live in. It's sad, man. It's sad, but we're living in these times, man, where people are crazy, they're low vibrational, and they don't know they're doing this. They have no idea. Most of them.
They hated your discernment because they couldn't take it away. They knew it was a gift, and that's why they gaslit you heavily. If there is one thing that a narcissist hated the most in you, it was.
Yeah, that's all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to do more narc talk, and hopefully you guys can avoid these low vibrational people that have allowed society to brainwash them into doing stuff that was never normal. I wouldn't even say more than 15 years ago, right? I would even go as far as to say that these prank um, little things that they do, TikTokers and YouTubers, they run up on random people and prank them. That's narcissistic for you to feel that comfortable with strangers. And not only that, to feel that you can try to make them look stupid for yourself. Like, this is how wild things have gotten. That was not socially acceptable 15 plus years ago. Most of the time, those dudes would have got knocked out. And there wouldn't be no cameras around to try to make it seem like the person that knocked him out did him wrong. Right? Got to bring shame back. Right? This goofiness. What's really happening is people with a bunch of mental disorders are able to run around and project it all over everybody. Because you can, when you're healed and you got God, you can see weird people doing weird stuff, and you see it all over the internet, man. But I'm off my soapbox. You guys make sure you follow, subscribe, go ahead and hit that like button, share the video. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get these channels back out of the doghouse. Drop a comment. It's YouTube, so it's whatever, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to focus more on this. We're going to broaden the conversation instead of having it, so focused on leftover women. But anyway, love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.